just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting a tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather, stay right together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are...
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Roses Are Reddit, the official Reddit Bachelor podcast. I am your quality host, and with me tonight are my guests, Queen Overthrown, Texas Fiend, Jots, and Non-Toaster. Say hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Yay.
So, this week we have a podcast with actual content. I'm pretty shocked that we actually made it. We're able to get some, although that was thanks to our good friends in Manchester, New Hampshire, and Reality Steve. So let's get right into it. Before we start talking, I'm just going to say right out at the front that there will be spoilers for Winter Games in this podcast. So if you care about spoilers for Winter Games, i.e. who's going to be on the show, then I strongly suggest that you not listen to this podcast, at least up until we'll let you know when the spoilers are, and I'll put it in the description, but it should be at least about 20 minutes of discussion when we go through this. So, bearing that in mind, let's get right in. The Winter Games cast announcements kind of got dropped. It looks like some pictures and some tweets by Steve got dropped about the Winter Games cast, and there's a lot of people. We'll go through. The U.S. contestants are Josiah Graham, Eric Bigger, Luke Pell, Jasmine Good, Ben Higgins, Dean Unglert, Michael Garofalo, Claire Crawley, Leslie Murphy, and two girls from Ari's season. And so, Non-Toaster, you have the list of the foreign candidates, so if you want to go and tell us a little bit about those fine people, that'd be a swell.
Yeah. Did you include Jamie from Rachel's season?
I did not.
U.S.
No, I did not.
List?
No.
Oh, Jamie. Yes, he's in there as well.
Wow.
But for Canadian contestants, there are two. I understand the finale, the Canada finale, is this week. Yes, I believe.
This coming week.
This coming week. Okay. One is on the show during the finale, I believe, and the other.
Ooh, juicy.
Oh no, sorry. He was in last year. Sorry, he won last year. His name is Kevin Went.
Oh.
Navy from Waterloo, Ontario. They broke it off after 5 months in 2016.
Alrighty.
One of the most awkward after the final roses ever.
Why?
That is a very good tidbit as well. Benoit Beaujour-Savard is going to join him. He's 30 years old, restaurant manager from Montreal.
Mm.
He was eliminated after hometowns on that season, but he was in the final four with Kevin.
It says.
What do you want to hear next? What do you want to hear next? Australia, New Zealand.
It says. I have a list of. There's another Kevin, besides this first Kevin.
Kevin. His name is. It looks like pate, like when you pate something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's his name.
Oh, okay.
I can't seem to find him, but that would be who that is. He was also in that season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see him in the behind the scenes pictures, so I don't know if they're doing staggered intros or whatever, but he wasn't in the opening ceremonies, I don't think.
It seems
I
like
think someone might have confused him with Jamie.
Oh.
Really?
That might have been. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're missing Jasmine Good. Not Jasmine Good. Jasmine, the Bachelorette from Canada. Because she was not in the pictures as well, but she was confirmed to be in the show.
She might be one of the people that pops in later.
Yeah, maybe. Or she might have dropped out because she has a boyfriend now, I think.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
So
This is for like glory and like nationalism, right? Not like love.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that didn't stop Dolphin from doing Bachelor in Paradise, having a boyfriend.
Oh, Alexis? Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Corinne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Corinne.
There was another one.
Yeah.
Well, that obviously.
Vermont's not like an attractive vacation location.
Hey,
so.
hey, I will have you know that Vermont's actually pretty nice during the winter. Like,
Yeah, but it's not like Mexico resort.
Not quite the same level.
it's like if you're gonna go skiing and you live in the Northeast, that's Vermont and New Hampshire are pretty good. Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine are like the places to be. So
Overly friendly people in Vermont.
yeah.
Well, that's kind of nice.
So let's hit up Australia. Who's
For Australia next.
yeah.
2 Australian contestants. We have Courtney Dober, the guy, Courtney Dober,
That's gonna be confusing.
designer / media company owner from Sydney. Second rose on last year's Bachelorette Australia with Georgia, but was eliminated after hometowns. He's 31.
Okay.
Tiffany Scanlon's going to join him. And Tiffany's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany was on Bachelor with Richie and was eliminated in the 3rd week. This was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Then it comes out with one of the contestants from that season.
Wait, she had a same-sex relationship with one of the girls?
That is, well, I read some things that might have indicated it was a PR thing, but for the most part, I believe that they did that.
I'd heard about this. I didn't think it was her. This is interesting.
It was Megan Marks, if you want to look it up. Spelled like Carl Marks.
This is interesting.
She's from Perth. She won the First Impression Rose, as I said. Both First Impression Rose winners from Australia, guys. Watch out. They're going to come in hot on day 1.
Interesting. So, next we have Finland, which is
And on Finland, I actually, I can't understand a thing going on anyone's Instagram in Finland.
But you found them, right?
Finnish contestant? Yes. There's a picture of her in the parade.
Okay, but you don't have a name or anything like that.
That's correct.
Right. And
I imagine that'd be hard.
so what about Germany?
So Germany and Switzerland are combined.
That's interesting.
They're trying to pull a fast one here.
They're trying to pull.
It is the Swiss contestant. His name is Christian Roche, and he's 34. He's a bilingual father of 1.
Ooh.
Personal trainer from Zurich.
I love how
He's
even
been on both now, so they're trying to get away. They really only have from different countries here.
I love how even though it's like The Bachelor in like different countries, they all still have the same jobs. They're all like social media managers.
Yeah.
They're all like personal trainers. It's all the same garbage.
That is not garbage.
He started out as an airport worker, and by the time the Swiss Bachelorette ended, I think he was a model. Is how that works.
Don't tell me it's all the same.
For models.
That's pretty funny.
It works.
Can you blame them though for making their dreams a reality? You know, they made it happen. So is it?
I totally do it.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
No, I think it's awesome.
If you go from airport worker to a model, I would do it.
He was
Exactly.
eliminated in the 2014 Bachelorette Germany in the 3rd week, and he won the
Swiss one.
Swiss Bachelorette. That was Frida's season, and him and Frida broke it off within a month.
I wish because I'm assuming they don't do it in English.
No.
And I really want to watch them now, though.
Yeah, it's really hard to find everything but Canada and Australia.
I know. But I just really wish that I could watch it with subtitles.
Yeah. So the next one's the UK. So give us the
Hey, we
deets
have a
there.
name. Her name is Laura. We don't know. There are 2 Lauras from the UK now. UK Bachelor has undergone 3 reboots now.
So 3 different seasons or 3 reboots?
You reboot The Bachelor.
They did it for 2 years in the early 2000s, and they did it a couple years ago with some famous athletes, and now they're bringing it back, with some actor or something.
I've heard. I've heard rumors, at least as it pertains to the UK, that it's not as good over there, and so their reboots are probably an attempt to kind of be more popular. At least that's how I interpret it.
Would make sense for why they went for the athlete grab, definitely. Followed by a Chelsea soccer player, I believe.
Which Chelsea soccer
Or
player?
the second reboot. Two Lauras from the 2011 season, so it's a little bit harder to sift through. She's in the group photo. She's another one of the blondes, so she'll fit right in.
So next we have.
The Laura.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Lauras are like the equivalent of the Laurens on the U.S. version.
Pretty much, and I guess the Laura on the Australian version is actually from the UK too. Batty J's Laura.
Oh yeah, well he spent a lot of time in England, so I totally would see that.
Is he representing in the Winter Games?
No, she's not gonna be there. I don't think. They're gonna enjoy being together. So next we got Japan. Do you have any deets there?
Japan, one lone Japanese contestant. Her name is Yuki Kimura. I can't find anything else about her. To be honest, there is nothing going on.
Did you check Twitter?
Bachelor.
I would check Twitter.
What's that?
I would check Twitter, not Instagram.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah.
I do know his name. The Japanese Bachelor's name. It was Hirotaki, and it is. I believe it was last year.
I really want to watch that
Page,
one.
and they have her name, but
I really want to watch that one, but that's the only one. Like, it's on Amazon in Japan, so it's not available in the U.S.
Yeah.
and it bugs me.
an Amazon deal exclusively for
It's so annoying.
the country gets to see it.
It's so stupid. So last up, we've got. Oh no, there's two more. We have Sweden. So let's go to Sweden first.
Ooh.
Two Swedish contestants, both girls.
Mm-hmm.
6. First, we have Nastasia Yaremchuk. She is Belarusian, not actually Swedish.
Oh wait.
Another fast one there. But she is a professional model, legit ass model.
Like before she was on the
Legit
Bachelor.
ass.
Legit ass model.
That's how good her ass is.
Yeah,
It's legit.
And she was on Bachelor Sweden. Her co-contestant Rebecca Carlson, who is a saleswoman who's actually from Sweden. A lot of information about the place that they finished in. Sasha went farther than Rebecca. Neither made it to hometowns, and I don't believe announced the winner there yet. I think it's still going on.
Huh.
But there are a lot of great clips of both of them with attitude and yelling.
Interesting.
I think they'll be interesting.
Oh, I'm down for that. And so last up, we've got New Zealand.
And 2 contestants. One is Lily McManus Semishin. She's 21 now.
Wow.
She turned 21 2 weeks ago.
What the hell?
Competed on Bachelor New Zealand at age 20. And not only did she compete, she finished second on this year's Bachelor New Zealand.
Whoa.
Damn.
The New Zealand contestants is much lower than I expected. Her friend joined her, Allie Thompson. She's 23. She's a yoga instructor. She's from England, so they're kind of cheating there too. But she was eliminated, and she made it to the final 6.
That's still impressive. Damn. So also, we're missing the Bachelor from New Zealand. I think his name's Chris. Yeah, it's Chris.
Jordan Marger.
His name Jordan?
Oh, his name's
Yes,
Jordan.
Jordan Marger. He was not seen at the parade.
This is the one who picked. This is the one who picked his final one with a coin toss. I want to see this guy.
Yes.
I want to see this guy on the show really bad.
Like this guy. True love there.
Like, that would be hilarious to watch. So,
there's a funny anecdote to Lily's story
Ah.
on Batch New Zealand. It's that she kind of called out the producers and stuff, and she used the phrase, she called it a twisted experience after the show aired, where she was told no. And I understand that they're on good terms, her and the girl that won, but I don't think that's the case.
It'll be interesting to see what she says after Winter Games. Slicing them.
so wait, so she is not on good terms with Lily?
Winner of that season,
Oh,
they're not on good terms, is what I believe.
But she's not here.
It was just one of those Instagram posts. Correct. She's not going to be at Winter Games. It was one of those Instagram posts that was
But it could.
classic, like, post-show, I'm sorry for the way I acted on camera. Now I'm just going to go on and live my life after the experience I had.
Yeah, but it is interesting because it could say something about personality and how they're going to mesh on the show with everyone else. So it is interesting.
The girl that won was 22.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
What?
How?
Is it just like more culturally acceptable to get like married younger in New Zealand? What's the
No, I doubt it.
That's weird.
I don't know though. That's
I'm trying to think. Whitney was 29. Lauren was 23. Lauren was young. She was 23 or 24, right? Lauren B. Lauren Bushnell.
He was
It
young.
was, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like,
25.
she was with Ben. Oh yeah, because Ben was super young too. Ben was 26. How old was the Bachelor who picked her?
Good question. I think almost 30.
It's a little weird. I'm a little weirded out by that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the 22. Like if it was like Ben Higgins, it was like 26. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, QO?
I just think that usually it's a case by case thing, right? People's level of maturity, but it's very rare that you see that meshing well.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of odd.
Yeah, that's a weird. Oh, there's one more thing. Kardashian's gonna be there. I forgot to mention that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm shocked or not.
I'm not shocked, but I'm angry.
Competing, or is she like gonna be a host or something?
I think she's competing.
Oh, if she was a host, I don't know what I would have to do.
This is Ashley I were talking about. Do you really think she's not looking for love?
They're bringing in new hosts outside of Chris Harrison, though.
They are.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they are.
That's gonna be weird.
So ESPN.
Bonus research from. We're bringing in 2 other hosts.
Unless it's me and RK, it's gonna be weird. And I don't approve.
That reporting is not you two.
Dang it.
I
We'll try.
was completely unaware.
We'll try for next
It
year.
really is.
I thought this was you telling us that it was gonna be us, so that's awkward.
Surprise. No.
Surprise! It's not you.
One is Hannah Storm.
Yep.
Wait, who is this?
Her from ESPN.
She's an ESPN anchor.
She's a former CNN and NBC anchor. She's in her 50s.
Really? What? No.
She's getting up. Yeah.
I had no idea.
For
She
about
looks
20
so
years.
good for 50.
That's a rude thing to say.
No, I'm I thought she was like 30. And
He had
That's
a
cool.
brutal burn accident, so he actually has a great point. I expected that she was younger looking because she bounced back real quick.
Wait,
Oh, wow.
She
Hannah?
still looks great.
then I was gonna make a bad joke and I won't.
What was
Anyways.
But
I was gonna do a distasteful joke. People are gonna hate me.
that? No.
It's not even that funny. I was just gonna say that that's like the new skin treatment. Just burn your face or something. Okay, anyway. Now that I
I approve.
Alright.
The
Now-
second host is Ashley Brewer. She's 26 years old.
She went to Texas.
How do you know this?
Is she?
She swam at UT.
Oh.
She's a swimmer, yes. I have that she's a swimmer, and she's a
Right, UNC.
sportscaster in LA.
In LA?
That makes sense.
Oh, in LA.
Yes.
Okay.
Brother was a quarterback here.
This is the history lesson. History lesson from Tex right
History
now.
lesson for everyone.
It's so cool that
Are you
Hannah.
gonna be doing like sideline reporting or like you know the announcing that they do during Wipeout?
Oh, probably, yes. That would
Yeah.
make more sense than Chris Harrison doing it, so that is probably why.
Yeah, I got it.
Good call. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I bet.
I am really happy that Hannah Storm is going to be here. This is dope. Huh? Oh, because she's. I used to watch SportsCenter a lot, and she was always on it, and I thought she was good. And then they laid her off because ESPN sucked donkey balls, and you can quote me on that. ESPN sucks donkey balls.
RK 2K17.
And I was like, that really sucks. Like, I hope that she lands on her feet, and now she's doing stuff for The Bachelor, which is honestly like a really good career transition. If literally all she does is pull a Chris Harrison and show up for like 5 minutes of screen time while being paid $60,000 an episode, I think she's doing pretty well for herself. So
She's still at ESPN.
no, I don't think she is.
She might do basketball stuff for ABC still, but I haven't seen her on SportsCenter in a
Yeah, I
while.
think she got late. I think she got hit after the first round of firings.
Twitter handle still says ESPN.
Maybe she works in there in some other capacity. But I think she got taken off SportsCenter.
Ryan and Trista Sutter are also there. Doing yet, but
So, I was told by one of our other mods, Rucker, to spend at least a couple of minutes talking about how awesome Chris Harrison looks with his beard.
Fierce
He looks fierce.
would be the word.
Like, there was one picture of him from the behind the scenes where he just looked like that beard was on point. And I think Chris Harrison's the best.
I feel like he finally looks like an adult now.
That's Jared Hayden. No, that's Chris Harrison. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
finally aged.
I mean, like, you feel like his deal with the devil has to run out at some point. But he's been saying some interesting stuff on Twitter, and I think that the beard is, like, to blame.
He's like a rugged new man. Yeah, he's like found himself.
He always, I don't know what it is, but in the off season, he always looks like he's like a revitalized Chris Harrison. And then they put him in front of the cameras on The Bachelor, and he just looks like this guy who's like, I don't want to be here. I want to be doing something else. I just think it's interesting.
Huh.
I would say the cameras age of 5 years. He doesn't like stepping in front of them.
I guess.
For the 2 months out of the year, he has to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even like equate to 2 months because he's there for 2 seconds. So I feel like it's even less.
Consolidated between both shows.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me a little bit sad though, I have to say, because I feel like in the past seasons he was like the confidant and like the support / like friend therapist, and you don't see him doing that much anymore. Or it's like for 2 seconds and it doesn't feel very legitimate.
Yeah, I really hope they work him
Gotta
out.
host Millionaire, guys.
Yeah.
About a week.
Oh, he does host Millionaire. How about that? I hope he like gets worked in more. I miss him.
Does anybody even watch Millionaire?
I mean, I don't watch TV at work, but
My grandparents, I think.
so this is a question for discussion. So, do you think that the representation from the international contestants is adequate? Because half the cast is American. So, what do you how do you feel about the international representation here?
It could be a lot better.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, yeah.
They did their best. I take it. Maybe not. Probably not.
I mean, maybe it's because people were.
There's 1 or 2 people from each.
I feel like it should have been like. I mean, I don't know how many contestants they want, but it should have. They should have tried to have a girl and a guy from each Bachelor, or 2 girls and 2 guys, which I think would be best.
Yeah.
2 girls and 2 guys.
That's a good point. I like the. That would have worked much better, I think.
Yeah, and I think it would have given like a good spread. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I'm a little disappointed.
Versus
Don't think it matters.
girls now, or is it North America, Team North America? What's going on? What's going to happen? Is it?
I think it's going to be
Okay.
USA versus the world, just based on like numbers.
That's pretty lame.
It's dumb.
It's always.
Yeah, it is.
Or maybe they just make 2 different teams or something, and they just mix everyone up.
It's just like it felt like to me like the potential for this was like could be great because it would be like, oh, like we'll expose people to new international contestants and remind everyone that The Bachelor is kind of a worldwide franchise. But no, they brought on like they brought on like people we like Josiah, and Eric, but then there's like Jasmine and Luke Pell and Dean, and it's like
I was wondering when Luke Pell would come back.
yeah, it's like oh
People do.
god.
Don't like those people, but like they're people like those people, right? Like
Yeah.
no one knows who this German fucking dude is.
That's true.
But maybe he's like a super character, and we will learn. Like that's the potential.
Yeah,
Karma Bell, you/Karma Bell, shout out to you know who that is, Christian. So 1 person does actually text.
Oh, there's 1 person in the thread.
Do you guys feel like they kind of cast like the A team of guys from the USA side, and then like it's like women for the US team?
Well, I don't know if you count Luke Pell and Ben as the A team, but
Yeah, but those guys Ben was the Bachelor and Luke was potential Bachelor.
That's true.
Ben is the
He's got like the biggest following.
big fish for sure.
Yeah.
You do have a point, and that probably has something to do with the 2 Ari girls cast in this as well.
can we like talk about that for a second? That's really annoying. Like, why? I can't like you have so many people who you could cast, and you cast 2 people from a show who like I don't even like filming just wrapped, so like they haven't even announced the cast of Ari's season. And we're like, oh, there's 2 girls from Ari's season who are going to be on Winter Games. It's like, what the hell? And I think we'll talk about this a little more when we talk about Reality Steve. But it's just like, this is just so ridiculous. Like, they're starting the incest already. And it's like, the show hasn't even aired. And they're already, like, hopping on the next one.
One of the 2 has, this is a little spoiler into one of their bios, but one of the 2 actually has some national exposure. Rather, she was an NFL cheerleader.
Yeah, I know which one.
At 19, I think, she was a rookie cheerleader.
Yeah,
and she was voted
FHM's hottest cheerleader. And the only reason I know that is because Reality Steve called it out, and I remember when I was doing my bio analysis, being like, the only reason that only Reality Steve would know this because Reality Steve is Reality Steve. Mm-hmm. So, any last thoughts on Winter Games?
I just think
People,
it's
what's like everyone's thoughts on the show? I think it's gonna suck.
yeah, I think it's gonna suck. They don't even have the concept nailed down yet,
Yeah,
which is odd.
they're like if you
I'm holding out for it. I'm anticipating it more than Ari's season, actually, at this point, I think. Mainly for the international contestants, more than anything.
I think it's got Bachelor pad potential, and so like I feel like I feel like its potential for greatness is very high, but it's the likelihood that it will fail is also very high. So it's kind of like the highest high and the lowest low are there, and it's like, is this really something that we think is going to succeed? And like the likelihood that or ABC is going to fuck this up, I think is going to be really high. So I'll watch
In the
it.
Olympics too.
Yeah, I mean,
These are
Which
going
is
to run
also-
concurrently with the Bachelor season?
yeah. So it's running parallel to the Olympics. I think what they're going to do is they're going to put the Bachelor on hold during the Olympics. So it's 2 weeks that they won't have the Bachelor, but they'll have Winter Games instead.
That's confusing.
Also the time when Celebrity Big Brother starts, so they'll be directly competing with Celebrity Big Brother.
I'm not a Big Brother fan, so...
Yeah,
But I can see where that could be an issue.
it's just going to be so much
I just
better.
think there's an oversaturation of Bachelor.
Yeah. If they had done it in the off season, I think like if it had been running now,
Yeah,
that would have been way better.
that would have been perfect.
Like that ideally is what I was like thinking like
Although, maybe we wouldn't have been, like, prepared again for Bachelor. It had been in a long enough time, though, I think.
I've been moderating the sub, it's been too long. Like
Yeah.
people need content. Holy shit, people need content.
Accurate.
So it's been about 30 minutes. So if you are tuning in, so this is at this point, I think we're going to stop with the spoilers. So we are now spoiler free.
Everyone, get your spoilers out now if you haven't yet left.
And we're going to jump right into Reality Steve getting sued by ABC.
Ooh, juicy.
Yeah, so he alluded to this briefly on his podcast, apparently, when he was talking about spoilers for Ari season, which we will not disclose because A, I don't listen to Reality Steve's podcast, and B, we promised we'd be spoiler-free at this point. Honestly, like, what took them so long?
Yeah, it's like, can you do it now, though, after it's been so long?
Like,
He's
what's...
been sued before, though.
Oh, he has?
They
I
went
think
over
he's-
2 on him again already.
Then why are they doing it again? Just let it live.
I think it's the fact that...
Understanding him.
I think it's the fact that he posted the entire cast list and full spoilers before they dropped the cast list.
He's doing his job, right?
I'm gonna like honestly, I feel like ABC loses the right to be pissed about this because we're less than 3 weeks out from the show and we haven't heard anything. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing an announcement on they're doing an announcement special on Monday, and I assume that's when the cast list is gonna drop. But it's like, guys, you've been filming filming is done. Everybody, like, in the age of social media, I don't really know how they're so surprised that everybody suddenly knows who the cast list is. Like, you could just get ahead of this by dropping the information, by just like releasing the cast list. Like, I mean, if Donald Trump Jr. can just release the tweets being like, "Oh hey, like by the way, we talked to Russia," like I feel like ABC
God.
can release far less incriminating evidence early, saying, "Oh yeah, here's the cast list. Go fuck yourself, Reality Steve." Like, it's definitely possible.
I definitely believe that it's just stuck in someone's inbox or something.
What are they
I put in a lot
suing
of
him
work.
for?
That's a,
To get this Winter Games cast list.
I don't. Did he say what they're suing him for?
What could they sue him for? Like, finding out what happens on a TV show?
Yeah, like, really, though, what?
I think someone in the sub
Defamation.
said for inducing breach of contract by contacting the contestants.
But,
Because I think they have to sign NDAs.
well, did he do that, though?
It would not
No,
surprise.
I think they're trying to prove that he did.
Oh, right.
It would not surprise me if he did. If we're being honest.
What if it's just an inside person who works for... That would actually maybe be worse.
I like spoilers. Like, it makes the show that much more enjoyable for me to watch.
Yeah. I think I might try spoilers this year, actually, because I never really have before. Or I do it too late, I feel like. Because it would be interesting to watch how things go when you know the outcome. You know?
I can tell you right now.
No. Let me work up to it.
Let's be spoiler free.
Yeah. I have no. What is everybody else's? So I know Jots is a fan. QO maybe can work herself up. Toaster and Tex, what are your thoughts on spoilers?
Certain seasons.
Yeah.
I'm holding out for this one.
Okay.
Casts, mainly because that's not the important part of it. I'm holding out on our season.
Tex, your thoughts?
And ruins, actually, technically at this point. So.
Yeah.
Get them anyways. So I've always looked at spoilers, but ruins it to like know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch. I mean, I
looked at the spoilers for JoJo's season first. I never really
don't.
for them.
Seasons are always worse than the beginning of the seasons. So
Yeah, that's
best parts of The Bachelor are always like week 1, week 2, week 3.
Yeah, I agree.
Like 3 people left is kind of lame, and you can just look up who's going to win at that point. You kind of know as well.
Yeah. I think Rachel's season, it was kind of up in the air. Like if I hadn't known the spoilers, I wouldn't have known who it actually was, you know. But yeah.
Wait, so if you hadn't known the spoilers, you would have thought Brian was going to win?
I wouldn't have known. I thought it would have been Peter. I actually thought it was Peter.
That one was also screwed up because they released the wrong spoiler at the beginning, so
yeah,
everyone had this huge expectation that Peter was going to win.
Biggest letdown ever.
Yeah. So, in the reality Steve versus ABC fight, who really wins? Like, what's the desired outcome here? Jots, I know. Huh?
I don't know what they're suing him for, so.
Well, like, what do you. Like, presumably they want him to stop.
Steve gets, like, a bigger platform when they find out that they're suing this guy for, like, releasing spoilers, so he gets his name out to all the people who don't know him yet. That's all he probably really wants. ABC, like, they've already lost twice, so I don't know what the odds are of winning a third time.
Yeah.
You guys think they're going after him for, I don't know, releasing all that gossip about Ari? Like, making Ari look like a creepy player?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's really hard to argue with the truth on that one, though.
That's true.
Although he does hate Ari so much. I could see slander.
Pretty off-putting.
That's the legal thing here. What he got a little nosy? Like, what do you call that?
I don't know. I mean, like, from my perspective, like, who do you want to benefit more? Like, do you want reality Steve to get the smackdown and say, like, fuck you, Steve, you can't do the things you're doing? Or do you want ABC to kind of get taken down another peg?
I'm team reality Steve. I never thought I'd say that, but I don't know. It feels kind of like this huge corporation going after this, like, one-man blogger show. And also I'm a spoiler whore, so team reality Steve.
Team Steve over here. Represent.
I'm team Meteor, man. Like, I feel like Steve has this, like, god complex with him where he's like, man, you know, like, I'm the best at spoilers and shit, and, like, I do all these things. Look at me, I'm a real journalist. And ABC's like, fuck you, you're not a journalist. And it's like, ABC is just, like, a bunch of, like, douche schnozzles who are just, like, they're embracing the worst parts of the show, and they're doing all this stuff I don't like, and it would be nice to see them get taken down a peg, but at the same time, I don't really feel comfortable rooting for Steve either, so I'm kind of just like that Team Chaos here. Team Chaos on the sub in real life. Blow it all up. What about you, Kiwo?
What? Whose side am I on?
Yeah.
I'm just on Reality Steve's side, and not because I ever look at his website, because I went once and I hated the layout.
It's cancer.
So bad.
It's like, please, somebody have him hire someone. But anyways, I'm on his side because, I mean, he's been doing it forever. I feel like it's a part of The Bachelor almost. And, I mean, I don't know. It just seems silly.
Yeah.
Just let it be. People are going to try and find out anyways. Whatever.
Yeah.
Seems like a waste.
Twists. They settle and hire Steve when it's all said and done.
Oh my God.
No, he would love that way too much.
I think he would hate it, honestly.
No, I think he would like
I
it.
think he would hate it. That's like fighting for years against the dark side, and then just like the dark side come and be like, "Oh yeah, like we want you to join us. Come on, hop on over." Be like, "No."
You kill Miss Windu, and then you throw him out a window.
Yeah. So, moving on, I'd like to move on. Caitlyn and Sean, someone on the sub found out that, or like revealed that Caitlyn kind of hinted that maybe her and Sean like may have gotten officially married, so she could get her green card to work on Broadway. So, congratulations, maybe.
Woo,
Oh. Wait, how could she not work on Broadway if she's being hired to do something? She could get a visa for work, right?
I don't know.
So
That
I thought that was a joke.
yeah, but maybe it's real.
I don't know. I mean, like, we deal in a world of gossip. Anything could be anything. But I thought it was cool that that got picked up by In Style magazine, or Variety in Style, or Life in Variety Style, something in Style. So it got picked up by somebody, and I thought that was cool. So we're famous guys, and by we I mean that person. Good for them. Good for them. So who's up for a round of Kayla bashing? Because I can definitely go. I can definitely go around. Okay, I'm not gonna be that mean. But apparently Kayla, I'm going to skip a whole bunch of stuff, but apparently Kayla is sending out Christmas cards with her boyfriend of 3 months.
Okay, here's the story on that. So I read in the sub that they only printed out... Okay, my first reaction was that, right? Because, ew. But...
I haven't heard this yet. Are you serious?
Yeah, so anyways, they did that, and she had like a picture of her like writing on them and blah blah blah. But apparently they only printed out a select few, and they had other Christmas cards to send out to everybody. But they did those, and she said, we'll probably only be giving them to our parents. But, I mean, that's really extra just to give them to your parents. So I don't know if I believe that.
That's like the Wu-Tang Clan making that album and only selling it to one person.
Yeah.
Their meet the parents date was pretty extra, so I'm not gonna put it past them.
She's the most extra.
She's pretty extra. But in her defense, she was on a show where everyone gets engaged. Well, the final couples get engaged at the end of 2 months. And she's just recreating her own Bachelorette experience, I guess.
I guess. I don't know.
Yes, she's so weird. Like, her dad was also extreme. Like, her family's gotta be, super odd.
Yeah. I definitely...
Character at that hometown date.
Oh, man, he was an interesting human.
I'm all in on Kayla getting her own TV show and just doing this all the time. It would be awesome.
I think
more entertaining than Winter Games.
I think of all the people to embrace the extra, Kayla is definitely that person.
I think it's sincerely doing it too. It's Kardashian is just trying to play it up a bit, but Kayla's kind of into this shit.
For sure. I just think her family is so rich that she's probably just totally out of touch with the average person. Mitt Romney, I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary. Yeah.
Wait. What?
Oh, Mitt, the documentary about Mitt
Yeah,
Romney's family.
Mitt.
Okay.
Not that he's a bad guy.
No.
He's just, like,
No, I don't
at a
care
time.
about that. But her family is,
Rich.
like, involved with him? I didn't see the documentary.
No.
I'm confused.
Her family is rich and therefore out of touch with reality a little bit.
What does the documentary have to do with it? Sorry, I feel like I got lost.
She was just getting to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, ruined everything. Can we just, like, cut that somehow?
No. This is for other people who were kind of not paying attention and then suddenly decided to pay attention.
Okay, so you're welcome, guys. That was my bad. Okay.
I just like she means well, but then she ends up like doing kind of like really extra stuff.
As someone who lived down the street from Mitt Romney, that's kind of the definition of a Mitt Romney. So I can see that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, the thing that really turned me off about her was when she was like, I'm hiring a social media intern. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I think that's a good point, Jots, because, like, all this time I kind of didn't like her, but maybe looking at it this way, it's a little bit more understandable why she might do some things sometimes that are out of the ordinary. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even think she means well. You know, I never liked her from day one, and QO can confirm this. I remember watching the intros, and like she was like, I met my boyfriend in an airport, and it was super romantic, and then blah 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 blah, and then I saw Ben on The Bachelor, and I knew we were meant to be together, and I was like,
that was pretty bad.
And I was like, so you're admitting that you dumped your boyfriend to go on this show? So I immediately was just like, she is like, she's a snake.
I don't know. Now I feel a
Made
little.
for television.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Hiss.
I'm sorry.
Amazing for television.
Yeah, good point.
I think she just thinks she's like a Disney princess and is
Yeah.
just trying to like recreate her own fairy tale.
I think now it's putting it into perspective for me. Like, she's just not very in touch with reality. That's just a good way to put it. Like, and that's why it puts so many people off. Oh my gosh.
They who listened to the podcast that she slept in someone's trunk while she was in Croatia.
What?
Yeah, I remember reading in the thread. Apparently, she said that she slept in some guy's trunk because she got kicked out of her hostel. That's pretty out of touch.
Yeah. Okay. I think we get it.
It happens. Gotta find a place to sleep.
Trunk of a guy's car.
You know, I hear they have nice little terrariums with lights for people like her.
Oh my gosh. Someone save me.
Odd, but I think I saw a comment saying that she trusted them because they had dreadlocks.
Oh my God.
Can we... Everything makes sense now.
Okay, I'm done. So, moving on before I keep hissing. Apparently, there's Instagram drama already on Ari's season. And part of me thinks, oh man, like, cool Instagram drama. But part of me is also kind of like, guys, the show hasn't even started. Like, people are like not following other people or not liking other people or liking other people's posts or something like that. Like, this is as good as far as I can get without spoilers. But it's just like, this kind of raises the question: is Instagram? Do you think Instagram is helpful for this franchise, or is it just making everything too extra?
Way too extra. Like, I feel like you get a bunch of people coming onto the show who just play up this persona, kind of like Corinne and Ashley I. And it's not as fun to watch as when they just are like organic villains. Like, they don't even realize they're being a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I mean, like, I kind of embraced the Courtney Robertson, who was just like, she knew what she was doing. She knew she was going to be a villain, and she was okay with it. And it won her the show, but I like that, but I feel like we've got someone every year who kind of tries really hard for it, and it's maybe kind of like turning me off.
I think that's more on the producers who are like casting these people, though.
Well, then also I think they get a little desperate, right? They're like, who's going to be the villain? We better make it happen.
You need to like kind of cast these roles and cast these people who want to be like Instagram stars or whatever. I mean, I think Instagram's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, like, I don't think it's a big deal who follows who or who likes someone's photo or who's subscribed to like all these different things on like or different people on the Bachelor franchise. I think it's all kind of dumb, but I don't think it actually actively hurts.
Right.
Yeah.
For some reason, it does matter a lot to the people involved, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's not a big deal.
It matters a lot to the people on the subreddit because I know
That's true.
when I had them on it.
Oh,
That
God.
is true. People do get
So
butthurt
much.
about that.
Yeah. No.
It's like people's subtle way, very passive aggressive way to be like, I'm having drama with this person. This is how I'm gonna do it. Or we all like to read into situations more than they are.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. I think it's we read into it a little way too much, but sometimes it's probably a little petty.
Agreed.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
A
If
little.
you could, like last season, Rachel and Vanessa. Rachel wasn't following Vanessa, so you could tell there was some drama on that end, and it turns out there was. So it's helpful sometimes.
I think it's too extra. Part of me thinks we should get rid of the Instagram stuff, but another part of me thinks that the Instagram lure keeps people auditioning for this show. So if people stopped, then we wouldn't have anybody on the show anymore.
I mean, it's a TV show, right? So people want something out of it. It's never going to be pure.
I can drain though, right?
Yeah. Or I guess I shouldn't say never, but very rarely.
Yeah. But I think it's here to stay. I think it's never going away, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
So now it's time for a tradition that we like to call Rose of the Week and Limo Exit of the Week.
Oh, already?
Yeah. And so Rose of the Week, these are, for those of you who don't know, these are awards we give to people in Bachelor Nation and in the sub for being really awesome or being kind of douchey. And shout out to Robbie and James Taylor for automatically getting their Limo Exits of the Week so that we don't have to nominate them again. These are people who aren't those people. So for Rose of the Week, we'll be accepting nominations. My nomination is, at least in Bachelor Nation, Caitlin and Sean for maybe getting married.
Ooh.
Yay.
Any other thoughts?
On Caitlin and Sean,
Or on Rose of the Week?
Dilly dilly.
Huh? QO, any thoughts?
No, I can't think of anybody that's done anything this week, really.
Yeah, that's true. Caitlin and Sean, I guess.
I think Kayla should get Rose of the Week.
Kayla?
Oh, can she get Limo Exit of the
Great
Week?
performance on whatever Kayla's podcast that just listed off a bunch of really stupid things.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I need to watch
Extremely
that.
entertaining.
Oh,
on
man.
Caitlin. Yeah, she was on Caitlin's podcast.
Oh, I gotta listen to this.
All right. It's probably on...
Yeah, no, I know.
And so for users, I want to give special nomination to Hairnet Queen for getting the behind-the-scenes pics of Winter Games.
Yes, queen.
That literally gave us all of the topic content for this episode.
Another queen in the house.
Yas Queen. Literally, without her, I don't think we would have had a good podcast this episode.
Oh, I don't know. Non-Toaster gave us some good stuff. Jots gave us some good stuff. Thank you to you guys.
Yes.
Real
No
question.
expectations.
Limo eggs of the week. Who sucks?
Kayla. I always want to say Kalia.
Kalia.
I'm going to call her Kalia. anyways.
Kalia.
You all know who I'm talking about.
Kayla with the good hair.
Ugh.
Hair. It's amazing.
It is good hair. Like,
And damn her for it. I know. Makes me so mad.
how dare she have redeeming qualities? Be more like Robbie. Be like easy to hate. Or James
he
Taylor.
has plastic hair, so.
Or James Taylor. Like, James Taylor's easy to hate.
Wait, can I give my limo exit of the week?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
To my
Absolutely.
haters?
To who?
My haters.
To your haters? You have haters?
The person
There's
or
not much
people.
there are many.
Yeah. My limo exit of the week goes to whoever reported my post history.
Your whole
Yeah, I would
post
give
history?
my little exit to that person too, because we had to clean that up. And
Yeah.
that was annoying.
It was, yeah. That was so annoying. It was literally everything she ever said. I was like,
No, are you serious?
yeah, it was every single post, every single comment, and it was like, Jesus Christ, Reddit.
That's some dedication.
Props to your dedication, but damn.
There was also, there was another person whose post history got completely reported, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Who does this? Who has the time? Who's got the time? I even know.
Who's got the
That
time?
was what I was trying to do, but I started laughing in the middle of it. Oh God. Yeah, her or him.
Them.
That person. God,
They.
You guys is
Got y'all.
You guys. Special consideration also to the person who complained in a mod post about being nice that their post got removed. I thought that was a class act right there.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was. Moving on to, so we do another thing. We do a rotating kind of question to get to know the what we call as panelists, hosts, podcast hosts, co-hosts, people who are talking on the podcast.
People who are brave enough to be annoyed by us for an hour.
I don't even know what they call them. I know the word, but I don't. We do rotating questions, and this one is a contestant question of the week. What's the most outrageous thing you've ever done?
What?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a fun story. Okay, but someone else go first.
Let's start with non-toaster.
So how, like,
The most.
As much as you're willing to admit on the internet.
Yeah, there you go.
okay.
Had to think about that.
I had a raucous 21st birthday one time that resulted in a hospital trip. And the next morning I actually went to work, and it was a Saturday. Still had the the Band-Aid from the IV and everything stuck in, and my boss was actually there, which turned out I don't know why he was there. He shouldn't have been there. Made my life much better probably if he wasn't there.
Your boss was
And
in
show up
the
for work and
Your boss was at the ER with you?
No, he went to work.
Oh, it would have been.
maybe both.
from
Maybe
the hospital.
He
Plot.
still went to
It was,
work.
like, right
That's
there.
amazing.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It's just the wrong day. I was off by a couple days.
Dang. Rough times.
I don't really have anything outrageous that I can't think of anything right now.
We'll give you some time.
Maybe we'll round
I'm
back.
boring. Yeah.
We'll round back on you.
When you hear mine, you'll be like, oh, that wasn't very outrageous. So,
All right, QO.
are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
It's a bit of a story.
We're on needles and pins.
This goes to
Right.
show you how much of a dweeb I really am, that this is the craziest thing I've ever done. So hold on to your seats, folks. I'm really building this up. I should stop. So when I was in high school, I had just transferred schools, and I was like trying to fit in with my new friends, right? And my school did this thing every year where you bought these tickets, and you would pass them out, and each grade had its own like events, and then at the end they would collect the tickets, and that money went towards your class to pay for like prom or graduation, blah blah blah. So this is my first year here and I didn't know much about it, but it's like a whole day where you don't even have to come to school anyways. It's just like a day of just walking around, eating food, and playing games. It does not matter. So my new wonderful friends thought it would be a great idea if we all left and went to Walmart, bought the same tickets, had like a whole roll of them, and took them for ourselves, but then also gave them out to people so we could just play all these games for free, basically. So we did that for the day, and then I guess like a few days later we got into huge trouble because that's like a bad thing to do. And my friends were nice though, because they all got out of school suspension, but they were like, please don't harm this sweet innocent child new girl. So I only got in-school suspension, and to this day, my parents don't know about it. So that's my crazy story.
Wow.
There you go.
It's a good story.
Friends.
Props to them.
Props to them for being decent, kind of people.
All right, Tex, wow us.
My friends would not do that.
Get you some friends that'll get into trouble with you and kind of help you out.
I want to say any of my super outrageous stories. But I'll share from back in the day. I once had to call me Harry Potter the entire school year.
What?
Just him to do it, and I only would respond if he called me Harry Potter. But that was successful.
Dang. That's commitment.
Yeah, that's like the weird stuff I did in high school.
Don't we all have weird things? This should be retitled Weird Things You Did in High School.
Segment instead of what it originally was.
Yeah. It's a pretty good one. What about you, RK?
Let's see. I did like a lot of stupid stuff in high school, but nothing really outrageous. I got a good one. So I also mod Ask Men, and we have an IRC channel.
I'm nervous.
We have an IRC channel, and for those of you who don't know what an IRC channel is, it's like a Discord, but old-fashioned, from the 80s.
It's like AIM.
Yeah, it's before AIM.
I know, it's
Oh my
crazy.
God, yeah. So, so I went on there for a bit. I was a mod, and one of the other mods was like, "Oh hey, like let's do a Google Hangout," and
Oh God, you know this
Yeah.
story ends now.
no, I'm already committed. I'm telling the story. So we do a Google Hangout.
Gag.
You're ruining the story.
Okay, sorry.
It's a good story.
Go on.
So we do the Google Hangout, and I meet this girl, and we started talking, and like one day, like completely out of the blue, after like I think like a month of talking, I was like, "Oh hey, like you live out here. I've never been there. Like why don't I just randomly take a flight out there?" So I think like I bought a flight, and then like 2 weeks later, I was out in a place I'd never been, and I met up with this girl. I thought it was pretty outrageous.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty crazy. And then he got murdered, and he's actually a ghost. Good story.
And that's how QO and I met.
I'm cringing so hard. So, anyways,
I thought it was
Can you?
what?
The end.
The end.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yes, that is how. That was a good, yeah.
That's what I should have said. So, Jots, you got a outrageous story.
Yeah. Okay, in retrospect, it's kind of a crappy thing to do. So in high school, I was part of a pretty competitive basketball team, and we were part of this tournament. And the other school that we were in this really intense rivalry with, they were coming into the locker room after us. So we wanted to get them in trouble. So at the end, like when we were almost done, we threw spitballs up on the ceiling of the bathroom. Because they would be the last team to use the bathroom to try to get them in trouble.
Rebels. Did it work?
I know, right?
Cold-blooded.
Did it work?
Bad for the custodians who had to clean that
Ooh,
up.
that's true. That's true.
But did it work?
I don't think so. No. Never heard anything about that after.
That's
It's
pretty
like, what are
funny.
their spitballs doing here? It's just weird.
They're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, the weird things we do in our youth, and not youth.
Youths. All right. Well, that was a fun episode. Next week, hopefully, we'll have better content. Just kidding. Next week, hopefully, we'll have more awesome
I'll have
content.
the special on Monday.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have good content. Hopefully, also Rucker has canceled at least twice for showing up. Maybe this time she'll actually show up.
Oh, way to call people out.
Yeah, well, she's said multiple times that she's gonna be the best thing on this podcast when she comes on, and I said it's if, not when. So she's not listening to the thing anyway. So calling her out right now. Get on the cast and put your money where your mouth is. Again, if you want to be on the podcast, please use the sign-up sheets or the sign-up sheet. I try and post it with the podcast in the post, but also you can find it on the sidebar. Yeah, so thank you for sticking around for this cast. For Queen Overthrown, Jots, Tex, and Non-Toaster, I am your quality host, saying have a good night and see you next time.
Yay, bye.